What's up everybody, Ryan Hafey with Hafey Digital here. It is Vlogust day 9, and we're gonna keep it kind of simple today. Today I'm gonna go through an assortment of items that cost $100 or less that you need if you're a content creator. Now let's roll that intro because I'm about to pass out. How's it going today, pretty faces? Got a good one here for you today. In this bag is an assortment of items that cost less than 100 bucks. And if you're a content creator, you probably need some of this stuff, if not all of it, because it's pretty helpful and I use it all the time. So let's just go through here and see what's in here, shall we? Okay. All right. Well, let's see, just kind of grab blindly here. What do we have here? Oh, it's a GorillaPod 3K. This was the first GorillaPod that I got, and I actually bought it to use it with this camera, the RX100 Mark V, which I've mentioned in other videos. Fits perfectly on this thing. This thing can actually hold a decent amount of weight. I want to say it was 7 pounds. If I'm wrong, I'll throw a correction up here somewhere. But if you're using a small mirrorless camera or a point and shoot type of camera to do your vlogging, this is great. It'll work just fine for you. It's versatile. You can move the legs around. You can use it to kind of hold out and vlog and things like that. Very handy. And I think this runs for, what, 80 bucks? Yep, 80 bucks. Next, all right, next in the grab bag we've got, this is a headlamp. Now Ryan, why would I need a headlamp to create content? Well, this is really most specifically if you do a lot of content at night, or for example, I use this when I go do astrophotography. And the reason why I use this is because of the red light that it comes with. When you use red light in dark conditions, it makes it easier for your eyes to adjust back to the dark conditions as opposed to just like blowing it out with the super bright light like that. So just kind of a handy thing to keep in your bag if you do a lot of night photography or video. This, by the way, will run you about 10 bucks. Next, what do we got here? This is the Write in the Rain journal, all-weather journal. This thing is great because you can write in the rain. It's a good idea to have a journal or some kind of notebook with you at all times anyway, but if you're gonna have one, might as well have one that is weatherproof, right? And last I checked, this was $17.50 on Amazon. All right, what's next? This is the Tiffin 3-stop neutral density filter. Since I've started daily vlogging, I am a big believer in neutral density filters. I think everyone should have one. And the reason you need a neutral density filter is, let's say if you're vlogging, but you're out in bright sunlight, now you're gonna wanna keep your shutter speed at double your frame rate. So if you're shooting at 24 frames per second, you're gonna wanna keep your shutter speed at 1/50th of a second. But after that, even if you keep your ISO as all the way as low as it'll go at around 100 or so, you're still gonna have to make the aperture very small in order to limit the amount of light that's coming in. It's just gonna be too bright outside, and you're not gonna get that depth of field that looks really good when you're vlogging, so that the background can be kind of blurred out. If you have a neutral density filter, it's basically like a sunglasses for your camera. Let's see if this does anything. It just basically limits the amount of light that comes into the lens, so you can like do things like open up your aperture a little bit. Or if you're a photographer and you want to do some of that photography where it kind of like looks like the water is flowing and you need like a long exposure for that, neutral density filters can help you achieve that by allowing you to keep the shutter open for longer. Now I will say there are tons of neutral density filters on the market. This one I'm sure is not the best, but it costs $41. This one in particular is only 41 bucks. But you also want to look at the thread width, I guess. I don't know. It's basically you need to look at the size of your lens to make sure that it'll fit. Like this lens and the lens that I'm shooting on now is 82 millimeters. So you want to make sure that you get the neutral density filter that fits yours. There's also variable ND filters out there that allow you to change the level of impact that they have on the light coming into your camera, but those tend to cost a little bit more. Now I wouldn't say cheap out on neutral density filters or filters of any kind, honestly, but this one, even though it's pretty cheap, it's served me pretty well so far and I don't have a lot of issues with it. All right, what's next? Yes. This is the Leatherman or a Leatherman pocket knife. Now, is it a requirement as a photographer, videographer, content creator, whatever, to have a pocket knife? No, but it's sure helpful. Now, to be honest, I use this most of the time to open packages and things like that, but it is handy because it's got, this one in particular, it's got Phillips head screwdriver on there, and then this one's kind of hard to get out. It's also got a flathead screwdriver, and it's also got this little hook on the end, so if you want to hook it on your belt loop or maybe hang something from it, whatever, it's got that as well. Plus, Leatherman in general makes a very good product, and this fits nicely in my pocket, so I had this with me at all times. And as of this recording, this costs about 45 bucks. There are cheaper ones out there for sure if all you need is, say, just a blade, but I really like this one and recommend it highly. What else? This is the, let me read out the name because it was kind of long. The Aperture AL-M9 Mini LED Light. Now, you've probably seen some other YouTubers recommend this. I got it based on recommendations that I saw from other YouTubers, and it's great. Check this out, look how bright this gets. Wow. Wow. This thing is a perfect video light either for accent lighting, or you can mount it on top of the camera. It comes with these little filters, these little gels, I guess, depending on what kind of color temperature you want out of them. They're a little flimsy and they stick out of the edges, which is kind of weird, but they're useful if you need them. Also comes with this cool carrying case, as well as a little hot shoe mount, and this clips onto the light so you can kind of mount it places and things like that, as well as a little charge cord in there, but I don't want to take it all the way out because it's nicely wound up and I don't want to mess anything up right now. And I forgot to write down what this thing will cost you, but I'll put it up on the screen here somewhere. Next, this. Let's see if I can keep it here long enough for it to get a focus. This is a rabbit key, and this is a good alternative if you don't want to carry a pocket knife, for example. I actually carry both just because this is just kind of quick. If I don't feel like pulling out the flathead screwdriver out of the thing and fussing with that, I'll just pull this out. And basically what this is this just kind of like a universal key for all sorts of photography and video gear, whether you need to kind of screw something in or unscrew something. This fits perfectly in a lot of the different pieces on cameras and things like that, like mounting pieces and whatever. But it fits in a lot of stuff, and it's come in handy way more than once. Super tiny, you can throw it in your keychain here in your pocket and be on your way. Oh, and that's only about 8 bucks on B&H. Okay, what else? We got anything else in here? Let's see. Yes. This is the Rode Video Micro. Now, this costs $59. To be quite honest, I don't use this one a whole lot. I have the Rode Video Mic Pro, which takes batteries, and it sounds a little bit better, but this is definitely going to give you an audio boost compared to the onboard microphones that you have in most DSLR mirrorless cameras. It comes with a windscreen on here. It's got a little shock mount, plugs directly into the camera, so obviously make sure that your camera has an audio input, or you can also use it with an external audio recorder if you want to go that route. And it's only 60 bucks, so if you're looking for a solution for some better audio on the cheap, here you go. Okay, so remember how I was saying that all those little trinkets were in that bag? I lied, there was one more. And that's this guy right here. I just picked this up. This is the Behringer Euphoria UMC 202 HD. This is basically a USB audio interface. So if you do a lot of audio work, or if you have some XLR microphones and you need a way to plug them into your computer, this thing's 60 bucks. And you know, it's not the top of the line out there. And actually the Euphoria line that Behringer has, there's a bunch of different models that they have of it. This is just one of them. But this is a 2-input model, so I've got my shotgun mic running into it, and I plan on getting another XLR mic for just kind of general recording, which I'll run to that as well. You can run it directly into your computer via USB, record it into Adobe Audition or Audacity, whatever you want. It's a cheap and simple way to get better quality audio out of your microphones. And my phone just beeped. And that's it, 9 items under $100 that you should have in your camera bag if you are a content creator. I'm actually surprised I was able to find 9 useful things under $100 because, as we all know, camera gear is so damn expensive. Anyway, finishing the vlog here for today. Thank you for watching. Smash that like button if you like this video. Links for everything that you saw in this video are in the description below, so check them out. They are affiliate links, which means that if you click on any of those links and decide to buy something, I'll get a little kickback from your purchase, but you won't be paying more for the item. So please do me a favor, use those affiliate links. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. And that's all I got. VLOGUST Day 9 in the bag. We will see you tomorrow.